Morning, my name's Steve and welcome to the Seaside Allotment channel, and today we're going to have a tour of Jennie's plot. So there's been a lot going on. I look forward to showing you around. So here's the overview, and it's a big change if you've been watching the previous tours, although I did do a special on video which I'll link to in the comments below. Basically we've put down a lot of bark and landscape fabric and got rid of the grass paths, so I'll not talk much about that because, as I said, I'll link to a video that explains why we did it, how we did it, and whether we're pleased with it or not. But the summary is less work, and yes, we're very happy with it. So let's have a quick look. We've got broad beans coming up here, and almost all of them have taken. I think there's just two I haven't managed to break through yet, and so I'm pretty pleased with that. The chard seems to have survived reasonably well, although it's really not going to give us much until next year. I've uncovered all of the brassicas now because I just want them to get the maximum amount of light that I can. These little sprouts probably won't make sprouts, I don't think. It's possible, but they're making lovely leaves, really excellent condition and really tasty, so I'm perfectly happy to have planted them because I do like sprout leaves. I probably like them just as much as the sprouts, so all is good. Now these cabbages, I don't know whether I planted them a little bit late. I probably did, because all mine died and I had to get these from a shop. Goodness me. But they are hearting up, so hopefully by spring they will be good enough to eat. They're probably good enough to eat now, but I'd rather leave them for a little while. The garlic though is doing splendidly. Most of this is garlic. There are a few onions in here, and there's some shallots down that edge there, and there's one lot of garlic here, which was the last lot that I planted, that is only just breaking through on one line and has not surfaced at all on the other one. So I don't know whether those have been planted just a little bit too deep, but anyway, we will see how they get on. So Deb's has been working hard making these little raised beds. One of them has got raspberries in it, and the other one has got a whole variety of different currants, red and white and pink and black, I think. Jennie and John are going to make a little flower border here, so we've just left them a bit of soil to get on with that. And let's take a look at the brassicas for a second. We're gradually working our way through the Kalletes. I do like these Kalletes, I've been very pleased with them. The leaves are excellent and they get very little damage, or they did this year get very little damage from caterpillars and whitefly actually, and the Kalletes themselves are good as well, so it's been a fantastic crop so far. The sprouts are pretty good, quite pleased with them. Ones at the bottom maybe not quite so good, but the ones at the top are all doing splendidly. Kale is doing okay, just about keeping up with demand. These broccoli, these are the summer broccoli. I've left them because, again, these leaves, which are very different to the spring flowering broccoli, are really excellent. Some of my favourite leaves. Have those in smoothies and I steam them. And although this broccoli has been flowering since, I don't know, September, we're still getting florets on it, so it's definitely well worth leaving it in the ground. More Kalletes here. And more Kalletes over there, and more Kalletes over there, and more Kalletes over there. So plenty of Kalletes. And some more broccoli sprouting away. So that is the Brassicas. And so I think that is pretty much it. Although, let's just have a quick look over there. And we'll see what we've been doing in the orchard area. Because that has actually been a lot of work's gone into this area. So we've down here we've put landscape fabric over this very weedy area under the hedge. Debbie has cleared this composting area. We rescued some rhubarb and planted it in these buckets, again mainly because the actual ground is pretty badly infested with all the worst weeds, so we've put it in some sieved soil. Some sieved soil there. We've put new supports on these apple trees, which had all fallen over when we got the plot. We kind of rescued them a little bit. And we've cleared out everything underneath this hedge and put landscape fabric down, and we are going to be putting wood chips down over the top of that landscape fabric. And we've finally got a source of those wood chips, so they should be arriving in January time. Again, some more repairs to the apple trees to hold them up. And I've popped in 3 new trees. So here we have a Concord pear. Here we have a Victoria plum, and another newly supported apple tree here, and over there is a Braeburn apple tree. So lots of new trees, and we are kind of toying with the idea of putting some extra trees or bushes kind of on that very wide path there. So either along this line here or kind of set across here at alternate points. So kind of where I'm standing now, and then 1, 2, 3, kind of 3 meters along between these 2 trees. But we're not sure about that yet. We're going to leave these to grow and see how they do this year, and see if we have actually got enough space to squeeze in a few more, either blueberry bushes maybe in pots, or some marinette trees or something like that. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. So I think with that we can call that the end of the December tour of Jennie's plot. It's looking pretty good. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm very excited for next year. And yeah, so anyway, I will see you soon. I think the next tour will be in very early January, and it will be my plot. Okay, see you soon.